Good afternoon, everyone. So today, this is going under the knife. I bought the axle yesterday for it. The axle is like completely shot, done. It's really bad, in rough shape. I had mentioned last week, so my last video, that it needed an axle, it needs lower control arms, it needs rear brakes. I'm gonna do the front ones too, but I didn't buy those yet. My girlfriend bought me rear pads and rotors. They're in the car for the car, and I bought the axle for it. We got my 96 hatch outside. Now you guys can kind of see what it looks like in the sun. It's not really sunny, so it's kind of hard to tell. Video and pictures don't do this car justice. Like, you got to see it in person. Like this sparkle on the valve cover. It's really dirty. It's been like under the knife forever. We're going to be getting different color wheels. I might stick with these and just re-powder coat them and have them refinished. They're in rough shape. They've taken a beating over the years. The mosquitoes are bad. Welcome to Pennsylvania. Jesus. So I'm going to jack this up. And now that it's all nice and hot, because I had to drive it over here, I did a bunch of cleaning up. I haven't been able to use the garage in a while because the guy that used to rent the house, we got into it and he shut the power off in the garage and then moved out. So now that my landlord took over this house, I have free power now. So it's a plus. I mean, I was down without a garage for like 3 weeks because there's no electric over here. Today I finally motivated myself to come over and clean up. Like, I had trash everywhere. I still got a bunch of trash. Like, all this has to go to the dump. I got scrap metal that's got to go. A bunch of other stuff. So I'm gonna give you a little update on this car. A motor's in and hung in the car, like legit bolted in. I got an Mk4 rear subframe in it, and then I got the factory Mk2 front cross member, which actually bolted right up. Everything lined up. This does need new mounts. These mounts I bought used from the junkyard. They are shot, but I bought the mounts because they came with the brackets that we needed for this motor. So anybody that tells you an Mk4 motor and trans don't bolt into an Mk2, here's proof. That's Mk4 transmission. A lot of them say that you have to change over the transmission to Mk3 for it to work, that they don't just bolt in. Well, I got news for you. They bolted right in. I mean, I still got a lot more figuring out to do. I got to do the shifter box. I have to convert this car to stick. I got the Mk3 intake manifold because I want to run all Mk3 sensors so I can run an Mk3 harness, because I don't want to run drive-by-wire. I want drive-by-cable, so I bought the throttle body and stuff. I have to do some more research and see if I can. I only got the top plenum. I have to get this lower plenum here. I have to do some research. I think the lower plenums bolt up, and then I can run the upper intake manifold with no issues. But I got the exhaust cut off of this. I got this automatic shifter finally out of it. I did a bunch of like little stuff with my girlfriend when we had some free time, when there was no power in here. So this is the brand new Mk2 rack that came with the car. I have to put this in. I have to run Mk2 lower control arms, and then we gotta figure out a spindle setup. Probably gonna have to convert this car with a 5-lug, which means I gotta redo the rear beam, which is no big deal. Supposedly it bolt right up. I gotta figure out the fuel. I got a lot to figure out, but we're not gonna get into this today. This is for another video, hopefully soon. I need to start on this. She's starting to get angry at me that she wants to work on her car and get it rolling. What we're gonna try to do is get this in, get it running, drive the car around, see what it's like, and then maybe enjoy it for like the summer, and then in the winter take it off the road, cut the quarters out of it, redo the quarters because there's rot in the quarters. The arches, I can get replacements. They're not expensive whatsoever. I can get lower replacement door skins. Both rear doors need work, so I might just replace the lower outer piece door skin, or just section it, cut it out, and put a plate in. Haven't decided yet. Really, that's up to her. I'm gonna try to paint this car myself. I'm gonna try to do all the paint and body work. By no means am I a professional whatsoever. I'm not a professional. I mean, my bay came out decent. I did all the paint and body work on the car with my dad. But as far as like the engine bay, I did all the engine bay. I mean, I'm not a professional. I can try. I will try. So we will try with this. And I think I want to do cement gray in the worst way. That primer gray that's glossy. I think is sick. It's an awesome color, so we have to decide on that too. So I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna jack this up, get it on a jack stand, at least on this side, and start pulling this side apart, and then we'll move to the rear. All right, so as you can see, I got the car up on jack stands. I got the wheel off ready. I got the axle nut broken loose, so it was a 30 mil 12 point. I got lucky. I still happen to have one. Thank God. I thought it was a different size, and I thought I didn't have it. So as you can tell, let's see. That boot's nicely ripped. It smells amazing. I'm excited. So I gotta time lapse this, but I gotta pull this off, and then I'm gonna. I guess the easiest way to do this would be pull everything out of the way and then undo it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the whole brake setup off and out of the way. I'll zip tie it up out of the way, and then the axle's gonna come out this way. I'm gonna try to do it without pulling the whole brake setup because I don't feel like doing that. We're gonna try to do it, and then I gotta climb underneath. They're 12 square or triple square sockets, which I don't have, but sometimes you can get away with doing with a torque wrench or a Torx. So we're gonna try that. Just go very carefully. So here's the new axle. It's a little smaller. It is brand new. It's just advanced. They it was an open box, so I kind of got screwed. The manager was actually nice though. She gave me 10% off because it was missing the axle nut. So I'm praying that this is actually the right axle. When we get it out, I guess we'll match it up. Either way, if that's not right, this has to go back together because I can't have this tying up the garage and that sitting outside. So let's get into this. I'll just do a time lapse and try to get through this. Alright, so I aborted the way I was going to do it. I put it back together. I just undid the lower ball joint. I didn't really want to mess with it just because I know I'm replacing it in case the bolts were really rusty, but I ended up messing with it. The only casualty we had is this broke. And I had a hard time getting the other bolt out. I got a pair of vice grips on it and it came right out, thank God. But here's the old axle. Here's the new. This one actually came out in 2 pieces. So, as you can tell, this one is really, really shot. So, and the outer was bad. I didn't know that either. So this one was completely toast. We're gonna slap this one back in real quick, and then we're gonna move to the rear brakes, hopefully. Okay, so update. I got the front axle, that was a nightmare back together. Then I moved to doing the brakes. So I retracted the caliper, which was a pain in the butt. I need to invest in it. I always use just a C-clamp, but on these they're turn-ins and press. So you gotta press it in and turn at the same time. A C-clamp works good. I had to bolt the caliper carrier back up, so when I spun it around, the C-clamp would hit the caliper carrier and would stay still. So I got this retracted. These bolts were a nightmare. They started to strip out. You can kind of see it. I got them out, thankfully. And then all this on the caliber carrier, these slides were completely frozen in. So I got them out, thankfully, without breaking them. Clean them up to the best of my ability. I wire wheel down where the brake pads sit so I can put the new hardware on. I'm gonna grease these. I clean the booties, grease everything, put it back together, make sure it slides in and out, and then I'm gonna slap it back in the car. And then move to the other side. Hopefully the other side works a little better, but we'll find out. I'm gonna update. I'm just gonna do this because I'm sure that you guys don't want to see me do brakes on this. But tomorrow I'm going down to New Jersey. I have to do some work for my old landlord at the garage. He wants me to do some hardwood flooring. Louis' car is done, as all of you that watched my video knows it's done. It runs. I won't let him drive it until I at least test drive it first. That's just the way I am. So tomorrow, I'm probably gonna put it in this video. I'm not gonna make you guys wait and try to do a whole separate video just test driving it. I'm just gonna, tomorrow I'll close out this video by me driving that car down the street with no windshield, which should be fun. But alright, let me get back into this. It's getting kind of late and I don't want to be doing this anymore. Alright, so we got her all done. I gotta fix that downpipe. That's the next project. So the brakes, the rear brakes were completely screwed, but they're all fixed now, thankfully. They seem pretty good, so we'll find out when I get her up to speed if my vibration went away from the axle, but we'll find out. But what a day. Yeah, no more vibration. I really need to do the front brakes. Hey everyone, so today is Sunday. I told you I was going to try to end this video with driving Louis' car. Well, come to find out, clearly, one, it's pouring. It's been raining all day. I did go down there. I did flooring for my old landlord. I got a bunch more work that he needs done at the house. But come to find out that Louis can't take simple orders and not drive something that I ask him not to drive, and puts almost 100 miles on a car that's untested and just put together, and I didn't even test drive to make sure it was okay. But anyway, so this video is probably really boring for you guys. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just doing what's coming. Things are about to turn around and get better. I promise. Just stick with me. But as for that, please guys, get out. Try to learn something new, whether it's turning wrenches or doing carpentry or helping somebody. Just go out and do. Learn. Keep your mind going every day. Your mind's a wonderful thing. You'd be amazed what you can learn. I love challenges and doing things that I haven't done before and learning, because it keeps my brain going. I might not be the smartest, but I can do a lot of stuff. I'm really good with my hands too. So if you guys like the video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. And I'll catch you guys next week. Thank you.